What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to talk about 10 proven tricks that will turn her on instantly. I know a lot of you guys are watching this and are probably thinking that I'm about to spit some knowledge, some fire regarding the physicality and regarding the way you speak to her. But I'm actually not. All right. There's a huge misconception that women get turned on by the way you touch her, the way you speak to her, so on and so forth. However, a lot of you guys, well, majority of you guys, not all of you, are socially uncalibrated. Okay. And it's important to understand that for her to even give you the opportunity to get physical with her, to let her be spoken to a certain type of way, it's really important that you can get there first. And so these 10 proven tricks, I want you to think about them as attraction triggers that will absolutely turn her on and literally is going to leave her wanting you more. So we're going to break these 10 tricks into 3 buckets: masculine behaviors, the way you communicate, communication behaviors, and the way you listen. Because when you combine those 3 things, that's truly what's going to drive women crazy. Now, I want you to stop and think about that for a second. What does it mean to be masculine? Now, what does it mean to display masculinity when you're talking to her? What does it mean to have good communication with her, with others, right? And what does it mean to listen? And why do these traits turn women on? Very, very specific traits and actions that I'm going to talk about here that you should be implementing with every single woman you talk to. Extremely important. Number 1 is leading with purpose. Now, a lot of you guys fail at those 2 things. Number 1, a lot of you guys fail at leading. And number 2, a lot of you guys fail at having a purpose. So when you combine those, it just becomes a shit show. And I put this at number 1 because it's the most important. And a lot of you guys don't watch past the 4-minute mark. So I want to attack this first. When you lead with purpose, what I mean is that, first of all, you are comfortable and confident enough to guide her around the venue, to guide her around her day, to guide her around in general, whether it's at a venue, at a bar, whether it's on campus, whether it's at a store. Okay, leading takes place physically and in terms of direction, right? Where you are directing the relationship at that point, right? A lot of you guys don't understand that leading is also asking her, hey, let's do this. We're going to plan this. And then we're going to go here and we're going to have fun. You're leading her into fun. You're leading her into an amazing night. Okay, so leading is not just physicality and I'm going to grab her by the hand and we're going to go here and we're going to go there. No, leading also means that you know exactly where you're guiding her emotions and the relationship. Very important. Now, you combine that, perfect segue to talk about the purpose. Leading with purpose. All right. Leading is the doing and purpose is the desired outcome. Think about that. When you lead with purpose, you're guiding her to a place where the outcome will be desirable. Very important. A lot of you guys do not understand that, and a lot of you guys fail to understand that. So it's extremely important. That's why I put it at number 1. Number 2, I've been talking about physicality and stuff like this. Again, this is all within the masculinity bucket and category. I want you guys to embrace your physicality. All right. Now, what do I mean by embracing your physicality? No, I'm not talking about hitting the gym. No, I'm not talking about wearing super tight clothes so she could see how much you work out. When I say embrace your physicality, I mean to use the strength as a male. When I say embrace your physicality, I mean that I want you to embrace the strength that God gave you for being a male. Women do not have this strength. What does that mean? If you're at a bar and it's crowded, don't be afraid to push people through. Embrace your physicality. All right. Don't be afraid to push that heavy door for her, even if you look a little foolish. If you do, you might want to start hitting the gym, but that's besides the point. I want you to embrace the physicality that way, okay? Now, let's say someone's doing the opposite and someone else is pushing through the crowd. Don't be afraid to grab her so she doesn't lose her balance. You guys are getting along. She's laughing, okay? Things are getting a little physical. Maybe you're holding hands, all right? Don't be afraid to kiss her hand. Very simple. That's what I mean by embrace your physicality. Embrace physicality, embrace your desires, and embrace your masculinity. Let that materialize physically. Embrace it. Very important. A lot of you guys don't do that. A lot of you guys are very hesitant to do this. And it could be because you perhaps lack some confidence or you feel insecure carrying out certain actions because you've never truly carried them out. So you have no experience. Very important that you guys actually begin carrying out that physicality. So number 3, this one is actually just as important as numbers 1 and 2. And I would actually place this one as highly, highly overlooked. Number 3 is to stay calm under pressure. Think about that for a second as well. What does it mean to stay calm under pressure? Who in the world throws all the tantrums? Think about that. Little kids, toddlers. Okay, women throw tantrums. Men, we don't throw those tantrums, okay? So if you throw tantrums in front of her, actually saying throw tantrums really fast 5 times is actually kind of tough. Throw tantrums, throw tantrums, throw tantrums. That's a mouthful. Try it. But you guys do not want to throw any sort of tantrums around a female because it shows, one, that you're very emotionally unstable. That is a sign of weakness, okay? And 2, that means that someone was able to burst your bubble. That is so unattractive. There's nothing more attractive than a confident man that always stays cool under pressure. Stay cool, stay calm, stay collected. You're performing in front of a big audience and you're nervous, you're sweating, go to the bathroom, take a deep breath. Stay cool, stay calm, stay collected. This is part of the reason why when you guys ask me, how do I approach large groups? How do I talk to a large group of women? What if it's a large group and there's guys in that large group? How do I approach that? And I always tell you guys, well, are you staying cool, calm, and collected? And you guys say no. You guys are nervous. All right. Very overlooked, but it's extremely important and a very masculine trait and behavior that is going to instantly turn her on. So let's move on to the next 3. These are under the other bucket, which I call the communication bucket. Remember, the 3 buckets of the behaviors that are going to instantly turn her on are either going to be masculine behaviors. We already talked about those. Communicative behaviors of expertise. Okay. So if you're an expert communicator, she's going to get turned on by that. And a listener, right? You can listen not to her, but you can listen to the environment, to what other guys are saying. Okay. That's why when you hear and you see girls on Instagram, they're talking about certain stuff and they say, God, it's so sexy when my man is on the phone for business, for his job, because of that reason, right? Because you're being a proactive listener and you're communicating well. So you see how those buckets come in play and how women display that desire for men in those 3 buckets. It always falls in one of those 3 buckets. Ask the last girl that you slept with what she liked most about you, and I can guarantee you that you could put in one of those 3 buckets. Very important. So let's move on into communication expertise and behaviors that will absolutely make her fall for you. So the first one is that I want you to use eye contact effectively. All right. A lot of you guys aren't used to talking to women, get nervous. And even when you talk to me, even when you talk to others, you're very soft spoken. It kind of sounds like this. And you kind of come off as if you're not even looking at the phone and you're always looking down. I want you to stop that. All right. That soft spoken stuff materializes vocally and physically. You just don't realize it. So you're coming off timid. What a lot of guys do is when they're timid, they make themselves small because they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be heard. I want you to stop that completely. Put an end to it. So that's number 1. Number 2, say her name and mean it. Say her name. Right? Her name's Hannah. When she introduces herself, Hannah, okay, repeat it back to her. Hannah, I like that, Hannah. Okay. Now, when you're asking her questions, so Hannah, tell me something about you that I don't know. When you say her name, all right, it is almost authoritative and it's very attention grabbing. When someone's talking to you, all right, when someone's talking to me and they say, hey, Jesse, they pause and then they answer a question. But the mere fact that they said, hey, Jesse, makes me start paying attention. Okay. I'm attentive right off the bat. Now, she's not going to throw herself at you for saying that, just repeating her name and stuff, but it's going to make a difference in her mind. She's going to start labeling you like, oh shit, this guy's a man. He's a man. Okay. Because you're communicating with authority like a man. Important, overlooked nonetheless. So let's move on to the next one. I want you to keep your tone nice, relaxed, and deep. Very important. A lot of the times when you guys are flirting with women or attempting to flirt with women, a lot of times it's okay when you're flirting to have a higher pitched voice. That's fine when you're flirting. When you're trying to build comfort and making her feel comfortable, your voice has to get a little deep and more secure, more flatline. Why? Because that is going to change her mind from, we're having fun to, okay, now we're talking about relationship stuff. Now I know this guy's boyfriend material. Okay, so the way you switch between those dynamics of being the fun, flirty fun guy, almost kind of like douchey, right? Because you're such a good flirt, to a relationship. Oh, this is like we're actually getting deep with our conversations. It's not just about what you're saying, but how you're delivering it. And it's important, and it has a time and a place when you have to get serious and maybe purposely deepen your voice a bit. No, I'm not talking too over exaggerated like this. Right, that'd be weird, and it'd be try hard. So don't try too hard, but speak from your diaphragm. Like, actually, let that flow naturally and calm, cool. Okay, and that's very important. The way you speak, right, the way you deliver things is really important. The cadence of the way you deliver things, very, very important, boys. Now, last but not least, and this is a perfect segue because it's a form of communication, but it's also a form of empathy, right? It's listening. When you start listening to her, it's going to make the conversation that much better, because now she knows that you don't only have a goal in place, right? A lot of you guys watching this, your goal is just to go out and get laid with women, which is, that's fine. Women go out to, they go out on missions too, right? they believe it or not, women get together in the group chat and they literally text each other, "Oh my God, girl, I need some dick." They literally say stuff like that. Believe it or not. So, it's okay to go out on a mission, but make sure you're paying attention to her, because then it becomes mutual. Then the relationship at that point, that small relationship that when you met her, it's no longer, oh, I'm going to totally take this girl home. No, it becomes, we're going home together because you've listened, right? She has needs too. Maybe she's desiring you so bad when you meet her. By listening, you were able to figure that out. And now she feels heard. Okay, a woman is not going to sleep with you if she does not feel heard. It's very overlooked. A lot of guys, this is why a lot of pickup artists and a lot of dating gurus get in trouble, because they don't truly try to listen. They're just so stuck in this routine. I have to do this and then this and then this and then this and then this, and they never listen. You guys have to listen. You guys don't do that. So that is as a perfect segue into the third bucket, which is listening and building empathy with her. Okay. So let's talk about these for a second. Now, this is a very complicated bucket for a lot of you guys, but mostly because it's throughout time, it's been more of a feminine behavior. Okay. To be able to relate and have empathy for individuals, right? That's how they that's been their role in hunter-gatherer times. That's been their role. Medieval times, they were caretakers. So, throughout time, they've always been very empathetic of others. Versus men, we've been, the hunters and stuff like that. We've always been laser focused on the goal. And so it is a tough skill to develop. It really is. And, you can't fake it, right? This is why a lot of psychopaths they have no problem being psychopaths. You're Ted Bundy, so on and so forth, because they fake that empathy, and they don't truly have it. They don't feel it. And I want you to feel it. I want you to feel her empathy for you. And that's going to make such a strong bond when you're out and about with her. So the first thing I want you to do as well, the second thing is to show genuine appreciation. How do you show genuine appreciation? She makes a comment that actually made you happy. She makes a comment that compliments you in a way that touches you, deep. She says something like, "Hey, I really like the way you were able to calculate the tip on the on the bill. That's cool. That's really hot. You're good with math, and you're actually a mathematician." And you're like, "Dude, I've been doing this my whole life. Like, I love math." And like, that is a compliment, right? That's unique compliment to you and to your character. Maybe you love that, right? Vice versa. If she compliments you for working out, I'm like, "Oh, I could tell you work out," and you love working out, you show genuine appreciation for that compliment. "Oh, really? Thanks. I've actually, no one ever compliments me for that. I appreciate you saying that." "Yeah, no worries." You see how that creates a much deeper relationship with her at that moment. A lot of you guys go wrong with this in your dates. A lot of you guys sound insufferable on your dates with her, but you got to show genuine appreciation. right? When she compliments you, when she talks to you, show genuine appreciation. Vice versa, when she does something that you truly enjoy that makes her stand out from the rest of the crowd. If you guys have been watching my channel, I hope you have options. If she does something that makes her stand out from the rest of the crowd, from the rest of the options you might have, let her know. Show genuine appreciation. Hey, I really love that you wore that purple dress that, that I love. I really like that. Genuine appreciation, because everything she does when she's into you is going to be for you, right? Hey, babe, I really appreciate when you ask me before you post on Instagram. I really do appreciate that. Now she knows what you appreciate, all right? Let her know what you appreciate and vice versa. You will let her know what she appreciates. All right. It's very important that you guys do this throughout. And this is why you guys can't build comfort. It's extremely, extremely important. Number 3, be emotionally open. Okay. Emotionally open. What do I mean by that? I don't mean be a bitch and trauma dump on her. Okay. But it's okay to show emotion. Right. Let's say someone's being really loud and you're like, fuck, it's pissed me off when someone's so loud. Like, why are you so loud? You're expressing yourself, okay? Showing emotion is a form of expression. I want you to think about it that way. Instead, it's to show expressions. Be expressive with her, right? If she's a very attractive female, be like, fuck, you look so fucking good today. That's a form of expression. You're being emotional, right? What's the emotion there? Desire. She feels desired, right? There's different levels of emotions. When you're happy and laughing, you're putting on a smile. You're showing emotion. It's propagating physically. A lot of you guys don't do this. A lot of you guys think, oh, I have to be stoic and masculine and an alpha male and this and that. It doesn't fucking matter, all right? Another big one is to be thoughtful. A lot of you guys miss that. Be thoughtful, for Christ's sakes. If you're out and you're talking to her, all right, and she's, she's out with friends, be thoughtful of if it was girls' night or not. Ask her if it was girls' night. Hey, by the way, I know you guys came alone, and I'm ruining girls' night right now. Is that cool? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin girls' night. You're thoughtful. Oh, whoa, rocket science. No, just be thoughtful, okay? Hey, I know you were getting a drink. I think I cut in front of you. My bad. 100% of the time, they'll say, oh, no, it's fine. They are attracted to that. Oh, well, this guy's thoughtful. He's aware. He's emotionally intelligent. What a gent. You know what happens? I'll give you a story. When you're thoughtful, the girlfriends leave by themselves. Oh, this guy's like, oh, this guy gets it. No, by the way, hey, Hannah, you're fine. You could stay with Jesse. We're going to go over there and have fun. Are you girls sure? We could all just have fun together. I don't care. Now you're in control of the interaction. No, you guys are cool. Have fun. All right. Be thoughtful. All right. Let's say you find a pair of girls. They're out for girls' night, but one of them really likes you. All right. And what the other one got there, but your girl's driving. Call the other girl an Uber. I know you guys came together. So don't feel like you have to come home with me like at all. We'll do something some other time. Boom. Oh, no, it's fine. Like, she'll call an Uber. No, let me call the Uber for her. I'll call the Uber. It's that simple, guys. Being thoughtful is so simple and takes you so far. It takes you so far. So there you go, guys. 10 behaviors, 10 tricks that are going to absolutely make her fall for you head over heels and turn her on and be ready to rock by the time she goes home with you. Or by the time she's on the 3rd or 4th date, whatever you guys are looking for. But I want you guys to keep this in mind. And next time you go out and talk to her, go ahead and practice these. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. And if you guys are looking for coaching, their link is in the description. If you're looking for a community of men who are trying to get better with women, the link is also in the description. We'll see you next time, boys.